Flash your guns, scream and fight, tag of lights at the lights. Every night, you know, fight, think of sight, live in sight, baby shows and escapade. Fancy arcade, pixelated party, lesson day, unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, person seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, lights extreme, Saturday gleams, solar state gleams, so it seems nothing rings. Break the shadow, riot loud, crowd unbowed, techno sound, pulses pound, dream astound, youth unbound, joy profound, I'm lost and found. Channel raver on the prowl, echoes howled.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Saturday, September 6th in the year of our Lord Steve the Cat 2025. It is 64 degrees and foggy here, and I am the OGGM broadcasting live from Site B, located in the non-existent city of Fresno, Nevada. It's Saturday. I've had a pretty crappy week, especially yesterday was pretty crappy. So, yeah, let's do something nice. Let's do something to make ourselves feel good. Let's spread a little kindness. Let's make some new friends. Let's visit some sites. We've got a couple on here, which I'm not sure why they're on here, but I don't question the wisdom of our only employee. As always, let's give a special shout out and thanks to Jeff's Games Box, link down below. All these sites would not exist without him. All these links would not exist without him. This silly little experiment would not have been going on as long as it has if Jeff Games Box had legitimately seen me so many weeks on a weekly basis. I don't know why he doesn't use these for himself, but I guess he's just a really cool dude. So please, 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 if you don't subscribe to anybody else, please take a moment to hit that link down below and help our good friend Jeff's Games Box hit 1,000 subs, because it's my personal goal to help him hit 1 grand. All right, let's take a look what's on the friendship-o-meter today. I don't know. If it sounds weird, my voice sounds weird, I had a very bad experience at the oral surgeon yesterday, getting another crown put in. And yeah, this is a new oral surgeon, dentist person. And yeah, I'm not really happy with the experience. But hey, they did the job. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? This is Jemma, and Jemma apparently is a warlock. In fact, Jemma says about themselves is, I'm Jemma. I make videos getting creative in Dungeons and Dragons, normally focus on the story aspects, communication, or generally inspirational content, and letting your passion for things shine. Well, that's somebody I could appreciate hanging out with. Jemma, that's what we're trying to do here. So let's take a look at Jemma. She's got 454 subscribers, 18 videos. Bam! Now she's got 455 subscribers. Okay, yeah, okay. So let's see. The last one she did was looks like the last one she did was 8 days ago. She's got a digital avatar, and it looks like she does art. Is that her doing the art, or somebody else doing the art? And she's talking about backstory.
Awaken to a world of wonder.
Look at this.
In Final Fantasy XIV Online.
I was sitting here innocently living my little Dungeons and Dragons life, thinking the perfect backstory doesn't exist. It can't hurt me. Then one of my players jumped out of nowhere and proved me wrong. There are perfect backstories.
Is this them drawing or filming somebody else drawing? No, I guess it's them drawing. So they're an artist and they made their own digital 3D avatar. Look at that avatar, man. It blows mine out of the water. I got to learn your secrets, Jenna. How did you make this avatar? And how can I make one like that? Because wow, I bet she uses OBS and then posts in YouTube. I need to do up my OBS game apparently. So yep, they talk about D&D. D&D, their experience with D&D, their advice on D&D, how they became a D&D player, D&D DM, D&D artist, communicating with players, interesting stories. So a great place for somebody who's getting interested in Dungeons and Dragons for the first time, showing their creativity, sharing their creativity with us, which is, always hard. So we appreciate that. We also hate them for being more creative than we are. And being better artists, because I wish I could do this. I hate you. No, don't take it seriously. I hate everybody. Yeah. And did you make a Reese's peanut butter cup with D20s in it? That is adorable. Oh man, that's so cool. I love that. All right, I take it back. I appreciate your creativity. I appreciate your passion. I appreciate you sharing stories and sharing your tips as a DM with us and trying to spread a little awesomeness. Jemma, the Warlock. Hopefully, as a Warlock, your patron is something nice, like, I don't know, cupcakes, as opposed to, say, a devil, because, it's always 60-40 when you're dealing with Warlocks, right? 40% chance you've chosen something that's not going to try and destroy the world as your patron, and 60% chance you've chosen something that does want to destroy the world as your patron, and 10% chance you don't know that. Oh, yeah, picking the Fairy Queen as my patron will be fine. The Fairy Queen doesn't want anything bad. Have you read early adaptations of what the Fairy Queen wants? Got my water. Bam, let's go. Moving on. Next up, we got Magpie. Magpie has 517 subscribers, 28 videos. What does Magpie say? Magpie says they're a bird who wants to share their storytelling, fantasy, tabletop role-playing games, and countless other items. Create what you love and form what you love. Wow. Okay, another one. Let's see. What do we know about Magpie other than they're a bird? Very talented for a bird.
The great dungeon master Heraclitus is known for saying the only constant in life is change. In all we do, it involves change. We grow, we age, we change relationships, change jobs, change.
All right, so here's another one who's got a digital avatar. How did you do that? That's awesome. I'm curious how a creature that does not have opposable thumbs is able to make these awesome videos. So another one, D&D centric, another one using the same style. I guess this is the new style, the sort of digital Dungeons and Dragons VTuber style with the little animated icon. I need to update my animated icon. So yeah, because my little guy is just this little, static thing floating at the bottom of the page. But if I could make something like this, wow, that'd be awesome. So yeah, we've got Magpie. Magpie is a magpie. And if you don't know that, magpies are members of the bird avian family. And they're just doing the thing. D&D centric, D&D advice, sharing D&D in an intelligent and thought-forming way, creating new D&D paradigms for you to explore, taking D&D to the future in a positive educational way. Look at this. They use the word thesis. They use the word thesis. Yeah. So I need to learn how to do this. Yeah, I obviously need to learn how to do this little thing here. I'm assuming it's done in OBS because I would love to up my avatar with this little dude. But damn, moving on. Thank you, Magpie, for being awesome. Now, the next one. Is Loot Goblin Onomicon. The Goblin sounds like Demon, Necronomicon or whatever, but it's Loot Goblin. Loot Goblinomicon has 11.4K subscribers, so they don't really need my help in growing. But this is more like, hey, maybe they can help me growing. Maybe they're doing something we love and we want to share with them. But damn, let's get them to subscribe. Let's give them a subscribe and see what they say about themselves. Welcome to Loot Goblinomicon, the fantasy channel where we showcase your favorite races, classes, and monsters by dragging them through the mud. We roast the tropes, flip the cliches, and mine every piece in lore for comedy gold. Sounds like my kind of people. Subscribe for vicious mockeries to all your favorite things. All right. And the last video they made was 18 hours ago. And here we have them talking about everybody's most hated race, tieflings. I don't know when tieflings became the race everybody hates. But maybe everybody hates tieflings now because they're just so popular. And it was like there was a thing where everybody was playing tieflings. Have I played a tiefling? I think I played 2. 2 tieflings. One tiefling I played simply to match a picture I found. And the only race that looked like the picture I found was a tiefling. So I was like, okay, yeah, I guess our tiefling because it matches the picture I found. And then built the whole character around this picture I found. And a name I saw on a billboard. And I was like, that's a great name for a character. So sometimes ideas come from the weirdest places. So yeah. And the second tiefling I played was sort of forced on me based upon the backstory of the world. So I was like, okay, if he was like, if you want to do this, this, and this, you've got to be a tiefling. And I was like, okay, I'll be a tiefling, but they don't really act like a tiefling, So I played a very human-looking tiefling, and simply because the DM said I had to. And that game lasted 1 whole session. So yeah. Anyways, tiefling. Here we're talking about D&D. This person has it says 38 videos. I see 4. So maybe they've taken more of their videos down or put them behind a paywall or something. Let's see. They've been on since July 23rd, 2025, and they already have 11.4K subscribers. No, I'm sorry. That's impossible. So there is some kind of shenanigans going on. You've only been online 3 months and you've already got 11.4K subscribers with 38 videos. Well, first off, I only see 4 videos, 6 videos. Second, unless I can't think of any way you could have gotten 11.4 subscribers in 2 months. I don't care who you are. So what's going on here? This is obviously maybe it was a channel that used to be something else that got rebranded. Maybe they started a new channel and all their subscribers followed them. Still 11.4K in July, August, September, 2 months basically. No, I don't know. There's something going on here that I'm not seeing, guys. So please chat. Let me know. What am I missing? What am I not seeing? How did this person do this? Anyways, Luke Goblinomicon, I'm sure they were recommended to me because goblins and making fun of things. And that's what I do is, goblins making fun of things. So bam, moving on. We got Dr. Urius Papers 2020. Dr. Urius Papers has 6.15K subscribers, 803 videos. And it says, hello, everyone. I am Dr. Urius Papers, a real doctor. This channel is about tabletop role-playing games, particularly Dungeons & Dragons. We also talk Starfinder, Pathfinder, Shadowdark, character builds, spell reviews, tips, more tips, news, reviews, and of course, controversies. So sounds like me. They've been doing this since 2021, but damn, like, share, and subscribe. Why does it keep asking me to sign in? I'm already signed in.
Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in.
Doctor, their last video was 3 days ago talking about weapon mastery. And here we go. So we got Dungeons & Dragons builds. Dungeons & Dragons talking about the critical role thing and why. Has it been 2 weeks already? So yeah, just another Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, here's some Shadowdark. Dungeons & Dragons, Dungeons & Dragons, Dungeons & Dragons, Dungeons & Dragons. It's Dungeons & a lot of S tiers. What is the tier of this thing? So, yeah, nothing we haven't seen before. Just very creative ways of presenting Dungeons & Dragons stuff. The doc obviously knows what they're doing with 6.16K subscribers. Don't really need my help, but hey, it's nice to find somebody who's providing the intellectual pursuit of taking D&D and taking it apart and putting it back together and presenting it in new, exciting ways without being negative Nancy. And we appreciate that. And they're a doctor. So now I can, every time I feel something in my body, I'm just going to go to your page and go, Dear Dr. Urius, I'm feeling a strange pain in my spiggly sploof. What does it mean? Right? So there you go. But damn. Once again, let's take a moment to thank our good friend Jeff's Games Box. Link down below. Please take a moment out of your time to like, share, and subscribe with Jeff. All right, so I don't know why I got sent this one. This is the character sheet. They've got 8.8K subscribers. They've made 1K videos. They talk about D&D news, D&D rumors. They talk a lot about Critical Role and what's going on with Critical Role and the episodes of Critical Role. If you ever want to know what's going on in a Critical Role episode, this is where you could get your flashback without actually walking the whole thing. I don't know why I'm not subscribed to these guys already. I go to them all the time. What is this? I am signed in. I thought I was already subscribed to them, but okay. So yeah, this is basically Dungeons and Dragons news. Mostly it's Critical Role news. Sometimes they talk about other stuff, but they've pretty much become Critical Role. Look at Critical Role, Critical Role, Critical Role, Critical Role. Something, I don't know what this is. Critical Role, Critical Role, Wheel of Time, Baldur's Gate, Critical Role, Critical Role, Draw Steel, Dark Sun. I don't know if Dark Sun's coming back, guys. Just because they released the thing of abilities and classes, it doesn't mean they're bringing back Dark Sun. They could be you making something else that uses the same classes. And if they did bring back Dark Sun, it would be 2025 Wizards of the Coast, Mackenzie Diam's Dark Sun. And would you really want to play that? Would it be the same brutal Dark Sun that we all know and love? No, it would be some homogenized, milk toast, happy version of Dark Sun. More D&D actual play news. More Critical Role news, Critical Role news, Critical Role news, Critical Role, Critical Role, Critical Role. D&D's new direction. We've got an update on that. What's going on with D&D and its fans. Critical Role, Critical. So yeah, a lot of Wizards of the Coast news, a lot of D&D news, a lot of Daggerheart news. Occasionally other things, but mostly they focus on what makes them, the money, what brings the money to the table, presenting news for all the big guys in an easy to digest format. They've never really have an opinion. They're not opinionated, they just, hey, Critical Role is what everybody's talking about. We're going to talk about Critical Role because we know that's what people want to talk about. But we're going to tell you what's going on with Critical Role, both positive and negative, and do it in a fun, easy to digest way. So whenever I want to know what's going on with Critical Role, I come here. So yeah, but do they really need my help in getting subscribers? No. And if anything, I need their help. Please send me some subscribers. Character sheet at comicbook.com, because we appreciate you. I really appreciate you. And then finally, for some reason, we've got Ted from Nerd Immersion. I don't know why I was sent this land, but okay, Ted from Nerd Immersion doesn't really need my help. Ted Nerd Immersion has 1,101K subscribers. He's made 3.2K videos. What don't we know about Ted from Nerd Immersion? He is a huge D&D interviewer, a huge D&D figurehead. He's had interviews with people like, here's him interviewing Mackenzie. I'm sorry, Ted. I can't believe you willingly put yourself in the same room with this awful human being who's probably saying horrible things behind your back, and now probably went on to say, oh yeah, Ted from Nerd Immersion, he wouldn't exist without me. So yeah, Ted from Nerd Immersion does D&D. He is a huge D&D. He has a lot of people who don't like him because of his D&D support. He has made his bank on D&D and supporting D&D and worming his way into the 5th edition D&D crowd. And why I don't always approve of what Ted says, he's often very controversial. You can't disprove that it works. He's got a lot of subs for doing what he does. So hats off to you accomplishing this, Ted from Nerd Immersion. It's not normally what I would do. And, you know, why is it doing this? I am subscribed. I don't know. It's chat. Apparently that's a call, you know, chat, when I'm talking to you. I don't know, chat. I did something last
hello.
time. Oh, hello.
I didn't see you there, YouTube.
Yes, you did. I did something. I clicked something the last time I ran it through the cleaner, and now it wants me to constantly enter my subscriber things. It's supposed to make it, you know, safer. Oh, well, this is to stop somebody from getting on your computer and using your computer to do things. That doesn't really make me safer, you know. A password protection. So I got to figure out what it is and turn it off because it's unbelievably annoying. Anyways, hey, Ted from Nerd and Immersion. I would love it if you gave me a shout out and subscribe, because you definitely don't need my help, but I definitely could use yours. And while there's other people who are going to say probably nasty things about Ted, and I've heard a lot of them, I'm not going to say it because I appreciate what he does, even if, you know, it's something I don't do or whatever. Wait, was that negative? I don't know. All right. We've come to the end. Thank you, Jemma. Thank you, Magpie. Thank you, Loot Goblinomicon. Thank you, Dr. Urius Papers. Thank you, the character sheet at CompuCon. And thank you, Ted at Nerd Immersion. We appreciate you all. But here's somebody who I appreciate especially, and that's my Oshi, my Canadian counterpart. This individual is me. They're autistic. They're asexual. They have huge anxiety issues. They've got PTSD. Sometimes they disappear for months from the YouTube community. They are funny. They are unbelievably talented. Their voice, I mean, they do voice acting without knowing they're doing voice acting, and their voice acting when they do it is amazing. They used to be a teacher, I believe. So, hey, they are basically me, you know? Like, if there's a YouTuber out there, I would love to walk up to and give them a hug and tell them everything's going to be okay. We appreciate you. You're wonderful. It's Hakaru, because I know she has a hard time. And as somebody who is asexual, as somebody who is autistic, as somebody who is unbelievably PTS anxiety issues, as somebody who does have the same self-destructive, I'm not worthy thoughts, the depression and the anxiety spiral. Yeah. And plus we were both teachers. I don't know what age range, but from what I understand, they used to be a teacher. I don't know if they still are. But yeah, Hakaru, I love you. From the moment I saw you on VSojo until the last time you posted, yeah, if there is a YouTuber out there who I would love to just walk up to and hug and go and say, hey, dude, I'm your friend. Everything's okay. Let's go get some ice cream. It's her. So yeah, thank you, Hakura. Love you. You are my Oshi, whatever that means. But apparently, you know, it's a thing. I don't know what it means, but I hear it. I guess that's what you're supposed to say. And that's it. That's this weekend's 20 minutes of positivity. Have I made your life any better by doing this? Makes my life better by doing this. I feel better about myself, knowing that I am trying to do this experiment every week, sharing my innermost thoughts, sometimes to the point of embarrassing myself and having people say negative things about me. Oh, you say all the time you're a really nice guy and you're really positive, but we know you're not. And I'm not positive. No. What goes on inside my brain is often horrible and ugly and self-destructive. And yeah, it's not always a nice place to live inside my head, but this is a experiment to try and be better, to do better, to shout out people and say, hey, we appreciate you. Let's be friends. Right? I do this because it's important to me, and hopefully it's important to them. And if by doing this, I get one subscriber, great. If by doing this, I help that individual get one subscriber, great. If by doing this, I bring the tabletop role-playing community a little bit closer and a little bit, closer to my imaginative, nostalgic view of what tabletop role-playing used to be, which probably it wasn't, I talk about my memories of the way things used to be. And then I look at other people who talk about the way things used to be, but then I watch them talk and I watch them play and I watch them, and I'm like, yeah, that's, you're literally not what happened. It's the 80s weren't like that. So in my imagination, my Mandela of what the 80s were like, nobody cared. Nobody cared. It was just a bunch of people, often strangers, just sitting down and playing D&D for a couple hours. And that was wonderful. Did that really happen, or did I just imagine that? I don't know anymore. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to do for 85 weeks now. 85 weeks of doing this nonstop every Saturday, trying to shout these people out, trying to make some new friends, trying to bring some love to my channel, trying to bring some love to their channel. Have I succeeded? I hope so. Anyways, I'm the OGGM. If you appreciate this nonsense, let me know. If you never want to hear me do this ever again, let me know. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please subscribe to Jeff Gamesbox. Links down below. These Saturday little talks would not exist without him. Thank you, Jeff. You are wonderful. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you want to support the OGGM, you could always buy me a coffee through the Ko-Fi. Link down below. If you want something a little bit more tangible, I am a Only Crits Dice affiliate. So you can get yourself a set of Only Crits Dice, the only tabletop role-playing dice in the world approved and tested by Steve the Cat. And of course, the number one way you can support me is to hop, skip, and jump your way over to Drive-Thru using the links down below and picking up either one of my Drive-Thru RPG Shoutout products, both of which I am in the process of rewriting. So that's why both of them are marked for sale for $6. I am officially starting the third rewrite of Vigilantes today. And I just finished part of a rewrite edition for Pog Wars, which I think it needs a better name. So yeah, I would appreciate it if you took a moment of your time to support me, because this is my job. And if you don't want to support me and you don't like what I'm doing, let me know why. So let me know what I need to change. I'm always open to a little creative criticism, a little helpful tips. There's things I'd love to learn to do. I would love to know how Magpie and Jemma made their little digital icon that interacts with them. So yeah, I can always learn. I can always learn and be better. I better shut up now. Have a great day.
Electric beats, bustle streets, endless streets, midnight beats, living heat, hearts beat, bleed, polyphonic meat, cyber beats, rhythm sweet, Saturday seats, beat retreats, makes us complete. Blazing trails, no fails, neon veils, waves of gales, color tales, joy sails, endless rails, like the veil, Saturday sail, we hail breaking jails. Break the tail, riot loud, crowd unbound, techno sound, calls